traders, Akil Stokes here, and welcome back to another episode of the Trading Edge, the weekend edition. For you guys that are new, I am a Forex trader, I am a trading coach, and I am one of the co-founders over at tier1trading.com. If you haven't been over to the website already, make sure you do so. We've got free stuff over there for you, so make sure you check it out and start taking steps to becoming a better trader. You can also sign up for our trial membership where you get the full version of this weekend edition of the Trading Edge, which means I go through all of my pairs. I show you everything that's on my radar for the week to come. And this week, we're going to talk a little bit about the week that was. I went 1 for 3, lost a little bit of money in the markets, but it was very close to being the exact opposite. And I'll tell you how. For you guys watching on YouTube, thank you as always for joining. I appreciate all of the love. You guys did a great job of sharing last week's video and posting some great comments. We had some brilliant discussions there, which helped a handful of traders, so I appreciate that. Keep it up. This week, I think we're going to take a look at the Euro Yen, and it was what I may do is this. It was a pair that I took a trade on, and I may show you a flashback video of what we did in the live room and how the trade initially set up, and then bring you back to reality and show you what I'm looking for next. Now, that's not going to be in the full version, so if you're a Tier 1 member and you didn't get a chance to see that initial trade, you can always watch the YouTube version or just go to the live trading room recordings and check out all the live analysis there. So let's get into the video. However, before we do, if you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this all over social media, and make sure you leave a comment letting me know what you think or asking any questions that you may have about the video. If you're a Tier 1 member, head over to YouTube as well. Hit that like button just to support what we're doing. All right, let's get into it. All right, so big bearish candle, high momentum bearish candle. Followed it up with a bullish candle that sucked up about half of it. Going down on the Euro Yen here. Looking for very similar situations what we've done on other pairs. Potential head and shoulders pattern, potential reversal. Unfortunately, we're just not near that mark yet. But you can see it setting up, right? You can see this shoulder line or this shoulder developing here. You can see this potential head developing here. Now you're asking yourself, could be a trend continuation trade. Yes, it could be. So why are we so focused on potential head and shoulders? It's just because of where we're at in the higher time frame. Does that make sense? On the higher time frame, we're not trading at a place where I'm interested in continuation. Right? I'm interested in potential reversals. So when I look at this, of course you can make the case for a pullback trade. I mean, for someone that doesn't have any perspective on the market, this can be an ideal pullback trade, is it not? Are you not looking at this and being like, well, look at that, perfect. Here's our kill zone, perfect pullback trade. But this is why we do the higher time frame analysis first. You need to set up your bias. And if your bias is look to continue short, well then all you're looking at is a pullback trade. You're not worried about any type of reversal or head and shoulders. But if your bias is be on alert for potential reversal, you're probably ignoring this pullback trade and you're waiting to see if price can take out these highs. You follow me, guys? So I'm only looking for bullishness here. Let's go down to the 240 here. And one of the things we're looking for was a potential head and shoulders pattern, right? So we're setting it up. Yesterday we had a left shoulder. We had a potential neck. We had a head. And now we've rallied up to that neckline right here. And what we would be looking for next is for that right shoulder to form. Now, in your best head and shoulder patterns, right, you're going to see a symmetrical right shoulder. So we should see price come somewhere in this level. Now, does that mean it's going to happen? No idea. No idea. But in your best setups, you have somewhat of a symmetrical head and shoulders pattern. And you can see there's a little bit of inside structure here as well. Avery says bear bat on the hourly. Got to give us more details, Avery. Give us an X leg. Give us an X leg. But I know what you're talking about, but just getting in the habit of giving us an X leg. I think George looked at this one. He looked at one on the dollar yen yesterday. but I believe I know what you're talking about. So waiting for your head and shoulders pattern, trader, waiting for a right shoulder, and then waiting for a break of this neckline. Now, the one issue with this is that we've got structure hiding right on top of it. So profit taking is going to be difficult because we're coming right back into consolidation. So unless you're finding a reason to enter at the right shoulder, probably going to be hard to get any type of relevant trade off of this, unless you're not concerned with this higher level of consolidation and you predict that we're going to break right through it. But it might be a little bit hard. So we go down to the 60-minute chart. Remember our head and shoulders, right? You can't really see it here on the daily, but we go down to the 4-hour and the 60. We're looking for a potential head and shoulders here on the euro yen. And if you remember, this was one where I was looking to be aggressive. And by aggressive, I mean take the right shoulder. Typically, I wait for a break of the neckline. But remember, the neckline was so close to our previous level of structure that I didn't think there would be much opportunity in there. You guys remember that conversation from yesterday? I'll just redraw it out here. So we're looking for a pullback in the live room here. At the neckline, we're looking for a symmetrical neckline that came to about right here. You can see we did come to that level, inch a little bit lower, and I got involved this morning. Now, if we go over to the hourly, I'm going to show you exactly what I was looking for. Again, I'm just get rid of all these are notes from yesterday, right? So yesterday we traveled up to retest our neckline, right? Decent shorting opportunity up here, aside from the massive engulfing candle, which would have probably screwed your risk reward, right? The level that we were looking at, once again, was a symmetrical level with our left shoulder over here, and we had this little inside structure jump here. So if we kind of measure this out, we basically had this going on, right? Came down to that level, and we got this. What do you guys see there? Yep, we see a pin bar, and a higher high, higher close. A pin bar and a higher high, higher close. Enter that market looking for a retest of previous structure highs of target ones, 122.19s, and then looking for a retest of our high water mark up here for target twos. Next, we're going to go to, I was going to do Euro Yen. Euro Yen was the winning trade I had this week. Well, Euro Yen will be quick. We had a lot of head and shoulders patterns in the market this week, and a lot of them played off pretty nicely. Euro Yen was the only one that I was able to get involved in, just due to the setup. The other ones had setups that didn't allow me really to take profits the way I want to, but Euro Yen did. And we are approaching the highs of our previous level of structure right here. And this is where I would expect to see some relief in this trade. Again, we made our rally up, right? If we draw some Fibonacci's, we're going to get some confluence there as well. Fibonacci extension, swing low to swing high, and back down. You can see our 127 is in there. If we take our Fibonacci, or excuse me, our equal measured move tool, our line tool, and draw it a 1-to-1 equal measured move, you can see that we have a 127 extension there as well. For you guys that missed the trade, here was the head and shoulders that we took, right? So we came down, left shoulder, we came down, gave ourselves a head, gave ourselves an equal neckline. This is what I like, these horizontal necklines. I don't really like the slanting ones. I'm not a trend line person. And then we came down from that, and we put in a right shoulder. And we talked about this level as being an aggressive level for a right shoulder, mainly because there wasn't too much room for expansion. because we had this structure cluster right here, a typical kind of break and retest would already suck up the majority of our profits. So what we talked about in the live room, and hopefully you saw this on the live room recording, was getting involved down at this level right here at a shoulder level. Due to the overall setup in the market, it was certainly worth taking, and then looking for an opportunity to trade it from this level up to here, conservative targets for target ones, and then looking for that expansion with your secondary targets. And as you can see, that expansion comes right with the 127 extension, right with the AB equals CD pattern. So some pretty good confluence there. Now, from another trader's perspective, because again, the buying opportunity is done, right? The move has been made. We are running into an area where I take targets. You know that I take targets by thinking like the other trader. So by taking targets at this level, I'm looking and asking myself the question, where are the next group of bears interested? And this would be the level in which I would anticipate them being interested in. So if you're a counter trend trader, start eyeballing this zone for a little bit of relief. It's probably going to be more of a intraday or lower time frame trade than a swing trade here. But you can look for a move back into these highs right down here at about 122.38. And again, if we can retest the highs here up at about 122.80s, it's about 40 or 50 pips of potential profit, which isn't a bad profit taking. And again, real quick, if we go down to the hourly, you can get a clearer view of what's happening here. Here's that little consolidation before the breakout. This would be your target taking level, a retest of that. And you can see the market making its way back into these previous structure highs. RSI is already overbought, which doesn't mean it's going to reverse. It actually means there's a lot of strength in the market. But what goes up, what comes down. So I would start looking to pair that with some divergence on the RSI and start planning your reason for getting short with anticipation of the pullback. So cool opportunity there on Euro Yen. Again, that was the only trade for me that won this week. I was 1 for 3. But there was some pretty significant profit made on that trading opportunity, so I was excited about it. Pound yen, I don't know why I had this on the radar. Oh, yeah.